If you were asked to describe yourself, what words would you use? I want you to all take a minute to truly think of the answer to this simple yet complicated question. Are you shy or outgoing? Do you seek adventure or are you laid back? Are you the OMG, look at that horse person, or the look, guys, look, it's a plant person? Are you maybe a little dramatic, or do you see yourself as calm? Would you watch a football game or read a book in your free time? If you were to ask me that question, I would say way over dramatic, slightly obsessed with pigs, okay, maybe a lot obsessed with pigs, very fond of wearing my pageant crown, adventurous, but only if whatever adventure I'm going on does not have any frogs along with it, and always happy to share my passion for FFA and agriculture with others. All of these descriptions are just a few that make me who I truly am. I enjoy things that some people find boring, and I do things that some people think is lame. However, when you think about it, it goes both ways. People like things that I think is boring. However, I would never tell them that I think it's boring because it isn't to them. Keep your answers of how you describe yourselves locked in your brains. You'll need them shortly. This past summer at Area 3 Leadership Camp, I met someone who has truly left a big mark on my heart. As I was walking over to the basketball courts, I could see a boy sitting on the bench alone. I approached him and asked him his name and where he was from, and then we did a power clap, because that's what we do here in the FFA. We began talking about our passion for livestock and the differences between the two schools we each attended. And in the midst of our conversation, I noticed that he was someone who was truly not afraid to show his true self. He was the type of person who felt as if he didn't fit in. However, he did not let that faze him. He told me that he was himself, and what others thought of him did not matter. And in all honesty, I don't know many people who have the attitude that he did. This conversation was very special to me. I remember walking back to my room immediately, finding my dad and crying to him. I said, "Papa, he is so brave and outgoing. He is unique and he isn't afraid to show it. He truly showed me what it looked like to be able to accept yourself and celebrate your uniqueness." And I remember my dad telling me that he was special, that he was one of the few people in this world who were capable of pushing others' opinions aside in order to be himself. You see, oftentimes we tend to make decisions based on others' opinions or beliefs. Maybe we think we don't fit in, so we end up changing who we are in order to do so. Sometimes knowing that others will judge us for who we are makes us want to be the opposite of our true self. But God didn't put us on this earth to be just like everyone else. He put us here to be our own version of our own unique self. And believe me, I know how hard it can be to be yourself. To know that with whatever action you take next, you'll most probably be judged for it. It's not always easy to do your own thing, especially knowing that others will sometimes condemn you for it. The summer before I went into my freshman year of high school, I told myself that I would fit in with the most popular kids in school. I told myself I had to wear makeup every day and I would only do what the cool kids did. I said I would only play sports if the cool girls did, and I would only join clubs that the cool girls were in. Little did my 14-year-old self know. Being popular and fitting in was the least of my worries. I was judged for joining FFA and being in an ag class. I was judged because I showed pigs instead of played volleyball. Well, you do have to be athletic to play sports, and may I just say athletic is not the word to describe me. I was called fake because I did beauty pageants, and I was lame because I joined FFA and not drama club. I didn't fit in. I was different, and I was judged for it. Listen to how wrong that sounds. I was different, and I was judged for it. We're judged for it because sometimes others don't like who we are. It's wrong because we should be able to live in a world that has no harsh judgment, but we don't. All we can do is accept the fact that not everyone will like who we are. We need to move past that and know that we were put on this earth to be one person, ourselves. You all have a purpose and a reason for being here, and none of you should ever try to be someone you are not. You see, once I was able to get past the whole fitting in thing, I was able to explore myself. I learned to love myself and who I actually was. I learned that I was not the athlete of my class, and I was not going to be voted most popular. I accepted myself. I found out that I'm a very talkative person, and I love that about me. I found out that I'm not afraid to stand up for what I believe in. I found who I truly was by exploring and trying new things. I focused on myself and never worried if others would see me as weird or lame. I told myself that I had to take my differences, to use my differences to change the world. I learned how to be exactly who I wanted to be, not who the world wanted me to be. We as humans have the power to be exactly who we want to be. Think about what precious privilege it is to be alive. Consider how lucky you are to live on this earth, to be able to think, breathe, and enjoy the things you love, to be able to find things you are passionate about and pursue them. Each and every one of you are given the opportunity to be exactly who you want to be, yet sometimes that's taken for granted due to simply wanting to be just like everyone else. Being afraid to show our own unique differences, some of us fear who we are. Maybe some of us are still trying to find who we truly are. Oftentimes, as teens and sometimes even adults, we focus too much on doing what makes others happy that we forget to do what makes us happy. We focus too much on changing ourselves to benefit others that we begin to become someone we do not even recognize. And that is what hurts us. What hurts the world. Too many people trying to be the same person, all for fame or glory. It takes courage to stand up for what you believe in, to find an action that only we find interesting and embrace it. Like for me, it's showing pigs. So I challenge you to try it. Maybe you have a hidden talent you haven't told anyone about. Tell them. Maybe you're interested in something that others find boring. Embrace it. Use your power as a human being to change the world. A while back, as I found myself scrolling through Pinterest, as usual, I came across a question that made me think. So I'm going to ask all of you that question. Can you remember who you were before the world told you who you were supposed to be? The answers you used to describe yourselves earlier may have been accurate, but think about this question and see if any of your descriptions change. The world changes us, and as the wise Gandhi once said, we must be the change we wish to see in this world. We must be capable of pushing our habits of being just like everyone else aside into becoming our own unique person. Louisiana FFA, if I could ask one thing of all of you, it is this. Know who you are and love who you are. Be bold and accept the fact that not everyone will like your ways or your personality, but that is okay. Uncover all of your dreams and passions and show the world who you truly are. Share your thoughts and ideas and let your voice be heard because you are important. Embrace the glorious mess that you are and never let anyone faze you. Love yourself for who you are and accept yourself for who you are. Know that you are a human being full of potential to make a difference in this world. Remember that you do not have to be the most athletic girl in school or the most popular kid in your class to be important. You are worth more than you will ever know by just being your true self. So Louisiana FFA, rise above. Love who you are. Live who you are. And most importantly, become who you truly are. I turned on the evening news.